Good evening, everybody. Hello, students. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening,
Good,
sir.
good evening. Good evening. So, feel so happy to see you all once again. I hope that so everybody has attended. How many? Oh, there are some more. How about Nisal? Is Mr. Nisal with us?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Nisal. So, I was told that today is going to be our last session.
Yes, sir.
Are you aware?
Yes, sir.
Right. However, we have to take presentations of our group assignment.
Yes, sir.
So when will it be possible? Will you be able to do it next Tuesday or next
Oh,
Wednesday?
okay, sir. Next Tuesday is
Next
okay.
week? Okay.
Okay,
Right.
okay,
I
sir.
will discuss with Ms. Nisha Shant with
Shashinika.
the Shashinika. Yes.
Yes.
I just called her, but she's not answering.
Okay, sir.
So we'll have to have a makeup session only to take presentations. Okay,
Okay, sir.
get
Okay, sir.
ready. Then I
Okay, sir.
will ask your office to upload the link so that you can upload your write up or report to the link the day before the presentation, right?
Okay, sir.
Nisal, I want the list of names of groups who are going to present. So
Okay, sir.
altogether, how many students are there?
Actually, I think there are around 30 students, sir.
30 students.
Yes.
Yes, if it is 30, we have to make five-member groups so that we have to have six groups.
Yes, sir.
Okay, right.
Okay.
So that I want the list of names of all these groups with their
Okay, sir.
with their index numbers.
Okay, sir. I'll
So
share.
yes, okay. So can you make it?
Okay, sir.
Okay, you have to make it and send me in advance, right?
Okay, sir.
With their complete index numbers. So you have to double check the accuracy of the numbers because I am going to use index numbers in order to allocate marks. Okay,
Okay,
so if
sir.
the number is wrong, so he or she may not get marks. Such things, such problems occurs because when you are going to make the list, so sometime you may make mistakes when writing the index numbers. So you have to get it double checked by the students themselves.
Okay, sir.
Okay, right. So send me the list of names in advance so that we are going to take presentations. So from the all groups on that particular day. I will let you know the date, or Ms. Sasinika will let you know the date of the presentation. Maybe probably on next Wednesday or Thursday evening, starting from 7:30.
Okay, sir.
So presentation guidelines. So one group may get only 15 minutes maximum. So you have to limit it to 15 minutes. So do not exceed your time because as there are six groups, so it takes time to take all the presentation. So there should have one who is going to gauge the time, right? Measure the time. Uh, so stick to the time. I want all the members to present. So have you got experience present in online? Have you done online presentations?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. So that you can use PowerPoints in order to make your presentation. So as groups, you have to discuss and you have to prepare it, understand prior preparations, prevent poor performance. So that this is
Yes,
very,
sir.
very, huh?
Sir, some of subjects we have done the recorded presentation. Is it possible for this also?
You are going to make a record and send in the recording, no?
Yes, sir. Some subject we have done it.
Mm-hmm. So how about so your willingness? Will it be easy for you recorded presentations? Are you comfortable with the recorded presentations? Or on real-time presentations?
We are comfortable with recorded.
Recorded. So if you have done recorded presentation for the other subjects, for this subject even, so it is possible, okay, no harm. Right, then can you upload the both report and recorded presentations to the LMS?
Yes, sir.
Will it be possible?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay, then no worries. I'll be able to so listen what you are going to say. I'll be able to watch and accordingly I will so evaluate you. Right. But you have to make sure that all the members of groups are doing presentations. So they are going to record it and send it. If anybody miss it, so I am very sorry, I will not be able to help you. There's no any other alternative. Okay. Right. So you have to fall into a group, do your presentations, so record it and send me the recording. So group leader, will you be able to make sure that everybody is going to send me the recorded presentation?
Okay, sir.
Right? So that because I have no other ways to contact each and everybody.
Yes.
So it is you who can. Right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Nisal, please do it and upload your recordings on the same day that you are going to upload your report plus presentations. Everybody, will it be okay? Happy with that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
right. Okay, then thank you very much your cooperation, collaboration for everything. Today is going to be the last lecture then. Right, so our last session. So what do you prefer? So I can discuss our last session on training and development, or I can develop a model paper. A
I
model
think,
paper
sir, model paper is better.
better?
Yes.
Okay, right. Then, so I have not uploaded model paper, but I can send it now. So may I send it to Nisal?
Okay, sir.
Can you share it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, give me a minute. Hmm. Nisal, can you send me your email address? It is easy for me to send it through the email.
Okay, sir. I will send.
Okay. All right. No, I will be able to say. Now it is okay. Nisal, check whether you have got it.
Yes, sir. Got it.
So can you share it with the others?
Yes, sir.
Did you share it?
Yes, sir.
Nisa, did you share it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Has everybody got it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Everybody? Everybody? Right.
Yes,
Then,
sir.
okay, thank you very much. Then we will start our discussion. So I am sharing my screen. Okay. Right, students, this year also you are getting a paper very similar to this. Structure is this one. I'm not going to change the structure. So you may get 6 questions, out of which 5 questions to be answered. There will be 5 questions to be answered. I will give 6 questions. So each questions will carry equal marks, 20 marks here, so that you can divide the total time very easily, right? So there is no any compulsory questions, so that you can select any question, right? Most probably question paper will be very similar to this, not the same questions, but structure may be same. So first question, question number 1, which carries 20 marks, may have 2 parts. So 10 and 10. So it may be from, definitely it will be from the introduction to HRM. So I discuss the nature of human resource management. We conducted session on the introduction to human resource management. So I'm going to give the first question from the introduction to human resource management. So if you are thorough with the introduction, we discuss that in detail. So you'll be able to secure all marks, 20 marks, right? So the whole session is important. There's no anything to skip from the first session, because as it is introduction, it is not a big deal. It is not that difficult. So you should understand everything in that particular session. Okay, so in this model paper, the first part of the first question, which carries 10 marks, what do you mean by human resource and human resource management? So here there are 2 parts. So what do you mean by human resource and human resource manager? So you have to describe the term human resource and then human resource management. Then briefly explain concepts contained in the definition of HRM. Right, so that although is the part 1 of question number 1, so there are several subsections or parts. Right, so let's try to answer the question. Right. So first thing is to describe the term human resource. What do you mean by human resource? What is human resource? What do you mean by human resource? If you want to get total marks, all marks, so you have to a good understanding about the meaning of human resource. What is human resource? Any idea? Human resource? What do you understand by that term? Human resource. In Sinhala, we call it Mano Sampath. ඒ කියන්නේ දවසනේ මානව සම්පත යනුවෙන් ඔබ කුමක් අදහස් කරන්නේද? What's that? Yes?
Workforce of the company.
Yes, workforce of the company. That is the answer. Human resources are the people who are at work. Human resources are the people at work. Human resources are the employees who are working for the organization. Human resources are the people who are working for the organization. Human resources are the employees who are working for the organization. Human resources are the people at work. That is the workforce. That is the answer. right? Then human resource management. Human resource management. What do you mean by human resource management? Humans are the people who are at work. That is the workforce. Humans are the employees who are working for the organization. What is human resource management? Yes, you have to describe the term human resource management. So better if you can use one definition. I have not asked you to define it. But of course, if you know particular definition, you can use it to describe it. What is human resource management? This is the most simple question that can be asked. You should understand the meaning of human resource management. What do you do in human resource management? Humans are the people who are working for the organization.
Use
Yeah.
the human resources
Okay.
effectively and efficiently to attain the organization objective and goals.
Okay. Yes, that is the answer. Understand human resource also one of the important resources. We discussed that all the resources, especially scarce resources, economic resources, are to be utilized efficiently and effectively in order to achieve our goal. So human resource also one of the most important resource. We discussed that human is the most vital resource, most important resource, right? Because there are several unique characteristics of human resources. So that human is the most important resource. That also unique resource. It also is scarce resource. So that resource also should be utilized efficiently and effectively. So that human resource management is the efficient and effective utilization of human resources, not any other resource. Human resources for what? In order to achieve business goals, organized goals. Okay, so human resource management is the efficient and effective utilization of human resources in order to achieve business goals, organized goals, right? Then briefly explain concepts contained in the definition of HRM. There are several concepts contained in the definition of HRM. So how human resource management is defined? Human resource management, HRM, is the efficient and effective utilization of human resources in order to achieve business goals, organized goals. So that there are several technical terms or concepts contained in the definition of HRM. So what are the concepts contained in that definition? What are the concepts? There are several. Yes? You have to briefly explain these concepts contained in the definition. What are the concepts? Human resource management is the efficient and effective utilization of human resources in order to achieve business goals. What are the concepts known to you? Yes?
Efficient and effectiveness.
Yes, one of the concepts is efficient utilization. Efficient utilization, one of the concepts. So what do you mean efficiency or efficient utilization of human resources? You have to briefly explain the meaning of efficient utilization of human resources. Yes? Isn't that clear? Human resource management, let me to write it. Yes. I think you are HRM. Human resource management is the efficient and effective utilization of human resources. Human resources in order to achieve organized goals. Right? Organized goals. Right. So this is how. Right? Human resource management is the efficient and effective utilization of human resources in order to achieve organized goals. So that there are several concepts in this definition. One is efficient. The other one is effective. Right? Effective utilization of human resources. Human resources. For what? In order to achieve organizational goals. So these are the concepts contained in the definition. So you should explain these concepts in brief. Okay, first one is efficient utilization. What do you mean by efficient utilization of human resources? What do you mean by efficient
Doing the right
utilization?
things.
Huh?
Doing the right things.
Yes, efficiency refers to doing right things. Sorry, efficiency refers to doing things right. Doing things right. Right? නිවැරදි විදිහට කිරීම තමයි efficiency කියලා කියන්නේ. නිවැරදි විදිහට. Efficiency refers to doing things right. So it involves minimizing of wastage. In simple jargon, we can say that efficiency refers to minimizing wastage. If you can minimize wastage, you can become efficient. Right? So that efficient utilization of human resources means minimize the wastage of human resources. Do not waste human resources. Minimize the wastage. If you are going to utilize human resources, so do not waste it. So that is what is called efficient. Why human resources should not be wasted? Why human resources should not be wasted? Reason?
To minimize
Why
the cost. Minimize the cost.
Yes, because human resource is a scarce resource. It is a scarce resource. It is extremely limited. No organization has enough human resources, as many as they need, so that human resource should be utilized so efficiently. Not only efficiently, but also effectively. What do you mean by effective utilization of human resources? Effective utilization? Human resource should be utilized effectively. What do you mean effective utilization? Yes?
Doing the right things.
Yes. In simple, we can say that effectiveness refers to doing the right things. You have to do the right things. Not wrong thing right, but right thing right. Right? So to say it in different ways, effectiveness refers to achieving goals. So that you should utilize human resources in order to achieve business goals, organization goals. So if business goals are not achieved, so by utilizing human resources, the way you utilize human resources is not effective, right? So that the way you utilize human resource should help the organization to achieve business goals. Okay, that is effective utilization. Why human resource should be utilized effectively? Again, the same reason. So human resource is scarce resource, so limited resource, so that we can't so use it so without achieving our goals, right? So we have to utilize it in such a way that so the way we utilize help to achieve business goals. Right. Then another concept is human resources. We discussed that human resources are people who are at work. Human resources are employees who are working for the organization. That is the workforce. There are several unique characteristics of human resources. So better to write down 2-3 characteristics. What are they? What are the unique characteristics of human resources? You can just write down 2-3 characteristics. So we have listed down nearly 15 to 20 characteristics. What are they? What are the unique characteristics of human resources? Didn't we discuss? Yes, how do you compare yourself with the the resource of the other of your organization, other resources? How do you compare yourself with the other resources? Yes? Don't you find any special characteristic of you? Are you same as the other resources?
It cannot be measurable.
Can?
It cannot be measurable.
It cannot be measurable. It cannot be measurable. So there are many dimensions we can. So what type of things that we cannot measure? There are certain things that we can measure.
Performance of the every employee.
Performance, yes. So however, there are some ways that we can measure. There are some aspects that we cannot measure accurately. Right?
Ability to think.
Huh?
Ability to think.
Yes, ability to think is one of the unique characteristics. Ability to think. What else? What else?
To build union.
Huh?
To build up union. It's me.
I did not get it. Yes? What is that?
It's scarce resource.
Yes, it is scarce resource. Okay, right. So that is one of the characteristic, but it is not a unique characteristic because most of the resources are scarce. So that human resource is scarce. So that is a characteristic, but it is not a unique character, unique to human resource. Many other resources, say land and buildings, so it's scarce resource. Machines, scarce resource, right? So the other, many other resources are scarce. Likewise, human resource is scarce. So, but human resource is unique when compared to the other. What are the unique characteristics?
Can develop by training and development.
Yes, can be developed by training and development. Human resource can be developed by training and development. You can't develop other resource. That is one of the unique resource. So what will happen to the value of human resource with the passage of time? What will happen to the value of many other resources with the passage of time? Value of other resources? Will the value increase or decrease or remain unchanged? Think about your machines.
It's
You
decrease.
use value decrease with the passage of time. We call it depreciation. That's why we make some provisions for depreciation when you are preparing final accounts. Provisions for depreciation, value depreciate. But what will happen to the value of human resource with the passage of time? Will it depreciate? What will happen to the value of you to your employer with the passage of time?
It will increase.
Yes, value increases day by day. So value increases day by day. So that value of human resources get increased with the passage of time. The value of you today will not be the value by tomorrow. Once you complete this degree, so you are more worth to your employer, right? So value get increased. Why value get increased? Why value get increased? Reason? The value of you to your employer today will not be the value tomorrow. Definitely, you are more worth than today. Why?
With the experience gained
Yes,
from
with experience, mostly experience. Experience, then training and development by engaging in research and development. So there are many ways, right? It's mostly experience, right? So that it is animate, it is active, it is living, it has the ability to think, ability to feel, ability to react. Then its value appreciate with the passage of time. It has the ability to organize as unions, quality circles, etc. So it can make some influence on determine its costs, salaries and wages by engaging in several activities such as strikes, overtime ban, work rule, etc. So it has the ability to communicate, right? It is heterogeneous. It is not homogeneous. You can't find two people who are same in terms of their performance. So there are many, but just to write down 2, 3 characters, that is enough. So then finally organize goals. What do you mean by organize goals? What do you mean by a goal? What do you mean by a goal? Organizations should have organized goals. When it comes to our personal life, we have to have personal goals. What is organized goals? Goals are
Maximize owner's wealth.
okay. Generally, we can say that goals are the desired targets to be achieved. Goals are the desired targets to be achieved. Goals are the favorable targets to be achieved. So goals are the outcomes we expect, right? So goals are the desired targets of the organization to achieve. Right. So those are the concepts contained in the definition. So you are supposed to write. So the meaning of these each and every concepts contained in the definition. At least for efficiency and effectiveness, efficient utilization and effectiveness. Right. Right. If it is to be completed, you have to write something about efficient utilization, effective utilization, human resources, and organic goals. Right. Is it clear, students? Is the answer clear for the first part?
Yes, sir.
Is it okay, everybody? Everybody?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay, then if you have organized answer with those information, you may get 10 marks. Then part 2, discuss the objectives, human resource management and its significance for the organized where you are working. Right? 10 marks. So there are 2 parts of the part 2. So discuss the objectives of human resource management. That is the part 1. Then its significance for the owner where you are working for. Right, 10 marks. So that 5 marks and 5 marks will be given to these 2 parts. Right, first one, discuss the objectives of HRM. What are the objectives? We have listed down nearly 6 to 7 objectives. So if you can write down nearly 4 objectives, that may be quite enough to get the total marks. What are the objectives of HRM? What objectives are to be achieved through human resource management? What objectives? Yes? What are the objectives of human resource management? What is the first objective or very objective? First objective? We discuss. What is the very first objective?
Recruit the right people.
Okay, yes, related to that. So, very first objective of human resource management is to procure right people at the right time for the right job. Procuring means hiring. Hiring right people at the right time for the right job. Hiring right people means people who have got the required key qualities and qualifications. Right? People who have got required key qualities and qualifications. Right people. Right time means when they are required, at the time they are required. So for the right job means the job that fitted with the person. Or person should be fitted with the job and job should be fitted with the person. That is one of the, that is the first. What is the second objective of HRM? Second objective. First one is to procure right people. Procuring means hiring. Hiring right people at the right time for the right job. What is second? Student, when you are
Control.
going to keep or remember these things, so keep it in your mind, not absolutely, but so relatively. So it make it easy for you to keep, right? So that you can recall. So what you have learned, right? So that if the first objective is to procuring right people, what is the second related to it? Once you hire, so you have to keep them with the organization. That means retention. So that is the second object. So that so it automatically comes to your mind, right? Once you hire, if you get, then you have to keep them with the organization. It is not a big deal to keep it in your mind, right? Retention. So that second objective is to retain the most appropriate employees, most appropriate. So employee or employees, right? Most appropriate means so at the time of hiring, so you don't know. Sometimes you may make some mistakes, so you may not hire the most appropriate. There will be some poor performance. There will be some poor performance, right? So you need not worry about them, but you should focus your attention to keep staff performance, good performance, high performance, game changes. Very important. Focus on them. Retain the most appropriate. Right. So what is the third objective?
Control the employee cost.
Yes, controlling employee costs. So understand in any organization, including yours and mine, employment cost will be the so the biggest cost component of the total cost structure, employment cost. If you list down all the cost of the organization, so employment cost will be the biggest component, right? So that if you want to increase profits, you have to minimize cost. Among the biggest component is employment cost, right? So that if you can control employment cost, so you can control total cost, thereby you can increase profit. So that is one of the so objective HRM. What else? What else? Huh? Some more objectives. What are they?
Motivate employees.
Yes, to motivate employees. Motivation is the willingness to work. So you have to create the willingness to work. You have to arouse the curiosity for learning. So this is very, very important. All the employees are so capable of working, although they have got all the capabilities, They may not work unless they are motivated. So that you have to motivate them, right? So you have to inspire them, right? So you have to persuade them. So you have to create the willingness to work, desire to work. Okay, so that is quite enough. You can write down all those 4 points, but besides that, there are some more. For example, so one of the objective is to get the employee commitment. Employee commitment is the emotional attachment with the organization. Employee commitment. Then again, to get and improve employee job involvement. Job involvement is the emotional attachment with the job, emotional connection with the job. Then to get and improve OCB behavior of employees. OCB means organization citizenship behavior. Right. So those are the objectives of HRM. You are not supposed to describe them, just to write down. Right. So if you can write for objective 3 or 4 objectives, so you'll be able to get all more. So this, what is the second part of the second? Discuss the objectives of human resource management, its significance for the organization where you are working for. So what is the significance of human resource management? Why is it so important for the organization where you are working? Do you think that human resource management is important to your organization? Do you think?
Definitely, yes, sir.
Yes, I could not follow you. Is it important to your organization or not? Because there are some organizations running without a proper human resource management. I don't know whether human resource management is important to your organization. Is it significant?
Yes.
Right. Then you have to say something. Why is it so significant? What are the reasons? Yes? What are the reasons? There are several. So if you can list down at least 2, 3 facts, so that is quite enough. Understand, first fact is that human resource management so significant because human resources are the most important resource, all the other resource in the organization where you are working. Not only you, me and others, everybody. Human resources are the most important resource of all the other resources because there are several unique characteristics we discussed. So if human resource is the most important resource, managing that resource is more important than managing other resources. Are you with me? Are you with me? Agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we have to agree. If human resource is the most important resource, the prominence should be given to that resource. We have to manage first, right? Human is the most important resource, all the other resources. So that is one of the important point. Then another one is understand the success of all the other functions. Success of all the other functions heavily depends on the successful performance of human resource management. Right? Don't you think? Production is important, operation is important. It is a direct function. If you do not produce, so no survival, no progress. Right? However, the success of operation departments depends on the quality of operation managers who are working in that department. Success of production department depends on the quality of production managers and other managers who are working in that department. However, if HR people have made a mistake at the time of hiring production managers, operation managers, if HR people have made a mistake, what will happen? Suppose that so production managers so have been hired by HR people are not suitably qualified. They are not appropriate. If operation manager, production managers are not appropriate, do you think that that production department will be able to achieve its goals?
No.
No. If production managers and other personnel who are working in the production department are not appropriate, suitably qualified, so production department will be a failure. So that the success of production departments heavily depends on the successful performance of HRM. Think about finance. You are going to be finance managers, maybe accountant. So however, the success of finance department heavily depends on the successful performance of HRM. So success of finance department depends on the quality of finance managers and other persons who are in financial department. If HR people have made a mistake at the time of selecting and hiring, so candidate for the post of finance managers and other personnel, will the department be able to come up with expected performance? What is your idea? So the people that you have selected and hired as finance managers and other persons are not suitably qualified. They cannot perform the job. So they cannot come up with the expected performance. So what will happen to the performance of that particular department? Do you think that that particular department will be a success? Will the finance department be successful? What is your idea? Hello, aren't you with me? Didn't you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, understand. So whether we like or not, we have to take it, we have to accept it. That is the so naked truth. So the success of finance departments heavily depends on the success performance HR. So need not to explain about the other. So success of marketing is very important function. Marketing is important, but the success of marketing department depends on the success performance of HR. If HR people have not selected and hired right people as marketing managers, so that department will be pathetic, right? They will not be able to achieve. So the success of many other resources, so many other departments heavily depends on the success performance of human resource manager. So it is so important. And third fact is that we discussed that every manager is a human resource manager. Whether we like or not, every manager is a human resource manager. Right. So those are the facts that you can use to prove that. So human resource management is so significant function. So it is the most important branch of business management, human resource management. So then if you have written those things, organize your answer in that particular way, you can get total marks, right? Right. So with that, we complete the first question. So are you okay, comfortable? Is that okay? Any worries?
Okay,
Okay,
sir.
sir.
Right. Then we will move to the question number 2. So question number 2 is from the second session we discussed. That is on job designing. So this time even you may get a question from job designing. Take it down, right? So you are going to get a question from job designing, right? So there will be 2 parts like this model paper. So there are 2 parts which carries equal marks 10 and 10. So in this question, so it is asked the meaning by job and job designing. What do you mean by job and job designing? 2 parts to be answered. Briefly discuss professional technique and job rotation as techniques of job design and redesign. 10 marks. Although this is the part 1, there are 4 parts in this particular question. So that you have to give answer to all those 4 parts. So then you get 10 marks. Right. So first you have to explain the meaning of job. What do you mean by job? What is a job, student? What is a job? We discuss the meaning of job. What is a job? Yes. Job is a
Individual task.
yes. Job is an individual task. Yes. It is a collection of tasks. It is a collection. Not only tasks. There are 2 more characteristics. It is a collection of tasks. What else? Job is a collection of tasks. Then I have forgotten everything.
Duties and responsibilities.
Yes, duties and responsibilities too. Right. So that students' job job can be defined as a collection of tasks, duties, and responsibilities. Job is a collection of tasks, duties, and responsibilities. An organization unit of work. Job is an organization unit of work. Job is an organization unit of work. consists of tasks, duties, and responsibilities. That is the results of breaking the total work into individual assignments. Individual assignments are jobs. Individual assignments are jobs. Organization unit of work is a job. Contain tasks, duties, and responsibilities. Okay. Then job designing. What do you mean by job designing? That is the first function of HRM. What is job designing? Job is a collection of tasks, duties, and responsibilities. Job design? Any idea? What is job designing? Jobs are the basic building block.
Arranging tasks and responsibilities.
Right, it is arranging tasks and responsibilities. Okay, there is a great meaning what you say. Okay, so job designing is a process or it is a function. It's a function of arranging so-called tasks, duties, and responsibilities into an organized unit of work in order to achieve various objectives or purposes, right? So job design is simply we can say that it is the creation of jobs. Job designs are creating jobs, making jobs. Jobs are the basic building blocks. It is all about creating jobs, making jobs, right? So it is a process or it is a function of arranging so-called tasks, duties, and responsibilities. So duty is a collection of tasks. Task is a collection of motions. Responsibility is the obligation, right? So that is how you have to discuss the meaning of job designing. Right. Briefly discuss professional technique and job rotation. So there are several techniques that you can use to design and redesign jobs. So we discuss nearly 6 or 7 techniques. Among them, one of the techniques, professional technique, Urtiya Krameya, Urtiya Shilpa Krameya. Right. So by using this technique, you can design jobs. So what is professional technique, students? What is professional technique? Yes, any idea? Professional technique? You can use professional technique in order to design jobs and redesigning. Any idea? Okay, professional technique is the technique used to design jobs in such a way that professionals can perform. There are many professions in this world. In our country, there are several professions. For example, there are professional lawyers, professional accountants, professional teachers, professional engineers, professional doctors. So there are several professions. So if you want to get the service of a professional, so for example, if you want to get the service of a fully qualified chartered accountant, so you can't design job as you want, as you like. You have to design the job in such a way that a chartered accountant can perform that job. Otherwise, they will not come and do it. For example, if you are going to put some engineering duties, engineering tasks, right, to the job, so you are going to give to a accountant, will he be able to perform engineering duties, engineering tasks? No, they may never come. They never comes and do it because they are scared. They have many big demand from the business world, so that they may not come if they cannot perform. So that you can't design job as you want, as you like. You have to design the job in such a way that professionals can perform it. That is professional. For example, suppose that you want to get the service of a professional lawyer. He is supposed to work as a legal officer. There are many legal matters. So you want to get the service of a professional legal officer, professional lawyer. So that you can't design job as you want to, as you like. You can't put duties, tasks as you want. You have to design the job in such a way that professional lawyer can come and do it. Professional lawyers will be able to do it. Okay, right. So that is professional technique. Then job rotation. What is job rotation, students? So you might have experience. So with this technique, job rotation. That is another technique. This is not only job design techniques, it can be used as a training technique too. But here we have to discuss it as a method of job designing and redesigning. Yes? What is job rotation?
Changing the task.
Yes. Not the tasks. Of course, task duties of the job may not change, but instead, employee will be rotated among many jobs. Right? Employee will be shifted from one job to another job for a particular period of time. So, in order to achieve various purposes, there are many purposes. One thing is that you can, if you are going to rotate these employees across many jobs, so you will be able to train them well. So you will be able to give a chance for them to learn tasks, duties, and responsibilities so that they become more resourceful. They become so good. So on the other hand, you are going to find the job that the particular employee can do best. So everybody may not be good at everything. One may be good at so only one thing or two or three, not many. So that you can find the job that best match with the person. What is the job that matches the person? So that through that you'll be able to find it. On the other hand, employee get a chance to learn new tasks, duties, and responsibilities. Right. So it adds to their personal assets. Right. So on the other hand, employee get a chance to utilize their different skills. They have a skill variety. Employees are happy if they can utilize all the skills they are having. Right. So that you give a chance to the employees to use skill variety. Right. So those are the things that you have to write down to answer the part one of question number 2. Then you get 10 marks. So second part, discuss the job person fit concept and its usefulness when deciding a redesign job. Anybody who can tell me the meaning of job person fit concept? What is job person fit concept? Any idea? Any idea? Job person fit concept. Okay, no worries. Job person fit concept says that job should be fitted with the person and person should be fitted with the job. A job should be fitted with the person and person should be fitted with the job. Job should match with the person and person should match with the job. Then only you get so the expected performance. Otherwise, the performance you can get is not to the level you want. Right? Always so match the person with the job or match the job with the person. If a particular person is not performing well, the usefulness of this concept. So if a particular person is not performing well, so there are several strategies to be done. So what are the strategies that you can use if a particular person is not working as expected? If performance are poor, what are the strategies you can use? Yes? Suppose that there is a particular employee who is working in your organization whose performance are not good, whose performance are below the expected level. What are you going to do? As a HR manager?
Give the training and
Yes, you can give training. That is one of the option. It may work only the problem if the problem is skill deficiency. If the problem is skill deficiency, your strategy may work. Training and development solve the problem. If the problem is skill deficiency or competency problem. But if the problem is not skill deficiency but something else, for example, lack of motivation. Will training and development solve the problem? Will training and development solve the problem if the problem is not skill deficiency but lack of motivation? Yes?
job rotation.
Job rotation. Yes, job. You can use several strategies. So as one of the students said that you can train them, you can perform job rotation, right? You can introduce some motivation program, right? So these are some of the things, right? But why don't you think that without changing the person, as one of the student mentioned that without changing the person, why don't you change the job? Why don't you change the job? If a particular person is not working properly, you can change the person. How are you going to change the person? You can give training and development, you can motivate them, you can send him to another department to perform another job, or you can send him home even. You can get some money, you can hire someone. So all the things attempt to change the person. But without changing the person, you can change the job. Change the job. That is job redesigning, right? So you can rotate, you can practice job rotation, you can perform job rotation, then job enrichment, job enlargement. So there are many, right? So you can use them in order to fix the problem, right? So that job person fit concept can be used in order to address that particular problem. Okay, right. So that is quite enough to answer the part two of the question. Then you get 10 marks, 20 marks. Right. So I want to get a feedback. So did you understand what we discussed? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then if it is so, we can move to question number three. Question number three. Right, students, can I have 5 minute break? I want to have a cup of water. Is it okay?
Okay, sir.
Shall we have
Yes.
5 minutes break?
Okay, sir.
Okay, we'll start at 8:45. Okay, be sharp at 8:45. Right, so I want to discuss the rest of the things so a little bit early. So you can go a little bit early today. Right, we'll start at 8:45. Hello, everybody. Have you come back?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then we'll start our discussion again. Right. We were discussing a model paper. We discussed 2 questions out of 6. We'll focus our attention to third one. This year, even you are going to get a question like this. This question is based on our job analysis. Job analysis is the second function of HRM. We discuss it. So this year, even you may get a question like this. There are 2 parts which carries 10 marks each. Discuss how job analysis relates to the other HRM functions. We discussed that job analysis relates to many other HR functions. In order to perform many other HR functions, we need information. So that job analysis provides the information needed to perform many other HR functions. Can you relate it? What is job analysis? Better to say the meaning of job analysis and then relate it to the other functions. What is job analysis? Yes, what is job analysis? Yes? What is job analysis? Any idea? Job analysis? Anybody? Simply, we can say that job analysis is a kind of study. It is a kind of study or kind of investigation or kind of examination. Study of what? Is a systematic study of job characteristic and job holder characteristic. Job characteristic and job holder characteristic of the jobs available in the organization. For what is the purpose? Purpose is to create a collection of information, a pool of information from which we can take to perform many other HR functions. Right? So that job analysis is a kind of study, it's a systematic study of job characteristic and job holder characteristic in order to provide the information needed in order to create large pool of information from which we can take to perform any other HR function. That is job analysis. Right. How do you relate job analysis to HR functions? So, for example, human resource planning is one of the function. Right after job analysis, the function to perform is human resource planning. In order to perform human resource planning, you need information. What is human resource planning? So, determine future employee needs and decide the steps or strategies that should be followed in order to achieve various goals. Right. So in order to do it, you need information. So understand in human resource planning, one of the activity you have to do is succession planning. What is succession planning? Succession planning is all about deciding or determining who will replace whom in the event of vacancy occurs. Suppose that your general manager is going to retire next year. He's at the age of 59 today. He's going to retire at the age of 60. He has 1 more year. So today you have to take a tentative decision. Who is going to be the next general manager? Today you are not going to promote anybody, but you are going to take a tentative decision. Right? So you have to select one and you have to develop them. That particular person will not become general manager in the event your current general manager is going to retire. That is succession planning. So in order to select your successor, right? So you have to have some information. What are they? So you have to find the required key qualities and qualifications one should have in order to become a general manager. What are the required key qualities and qualifications one should have in order to become general manager, right? So that it is better, you can do it very easily if there is a copy of JD and JS for the job of general manager. If you have got a copy of JD and JS, it outlines. So JD specifies all the tasks, duty, responsibility, working conditions, etc. JS specifies the required key qualities and qualifications one should have in order to do it, right? So that in order to event planning, job analysis is important. Then next function after planning the function to be is recruitment. Recruitment is all about finding and attracting suitably qualified applicants for the jobs which are vacant. Right, in order to fill so job vacancy, so first you should attract, then select, then hire. In order to attract, so there are various methods of attraction. So in many methods, so you have to send a recruitment message. What do you mean by recruitment message? Recruitment message is a job advertisement. So you have to prepare job advertisement. If you are going to use newspaper advertisement, you have to prepare. In order to prepare newspaper advertisement, so what do you need? How are you going to prepare job advertisement? You need the information. You need the information to prepare good job advertisement. What are the information you need to prepare good advertisement, students? What are the informations? What are the informations you need in order to prepare good advertisement, job advertisement? No information is needed. If your boss asks you to prepare a newspaper advertisement for a particular job, what are the information you need to prepare it?
Duties and tasks.
Yes, tasks, duties, responsibilities, working conditions, etc. That is one of the aspects. Any other?
Required qualification.
Yes, essentially. Required key qualities, and at least you have to give, although you are not going to specify task, duty, responsibilities, you have to specifically, so let them know the required key qualities and qualifications. Then only they can decide whether they are eligible to apply or not. Right? Then only they make the application. So the required key qualities and qualifications. What is the required academic qualification? What is the required professional qualification? What is the required training needed? What are the other key qualities of the candidates? So key qualities and qualifications. At least you have to have these things. Right? From where do you get these things? If the job is not known to you, if the job is not familiar to you, how do you get this information? From where? From where do you get this information to prepare job advertisement? If the job is not familiar to you. From where do you get? Are you going to refuse preparing the advertisement? So are you going to prepare it? Are you going to take the challenge?
From similar advertisement prepared by the entities.
Say it again. From advertisement?
From similar advertisement posted
Oh.
by other entities.
Yes, you can get a rough idea by looking at the advertisements made by other, but this is your organization. So job may be totally different from theirs. Tasks may be different, duties may be different. So working setup may be different, tools, techniques, systems may be different. Sometimes there are some similarity, but this is your organization. You have to have a particular employee that suit your needs. Right? So you can go through similar advertisements, then you can get some understanding about the structure. But however, so you need specific information with regard to the job and job characteristics and job holder characteristics. Right? So specific qualities and qualifications, then task, duty, responsibility, and others. So by looking at other advertisement, you will not be able to get such things. This is your organization. What are they? From where do you get this information? Different tasks, duty, responsibilities, working conditions, required key qualities and qualifications of the job that the job holder should perform. From where are you going to get it?
From a superior person.
Yes, from superior
Yeah.
you can, of course, right? You can get from the superior, head of the department, etc. But the problem is their retentive power also limited. We don't know whether they may remember everything. Sometimes they might have forgotten many things, so that you will not be able to get a complete answer, complete picture. So they will let you know the informations known to thee, they understand. But everybody has got a limitation of their retentive capacity. Right? Then there should have way you can get it. From where? From where do we get? What is the most easy way? Effective way?
Job description.
Huh? From where? From where? Very easy. Answer is very, very easy. From where? Students understand. So that is why we do job analysis. Get these information from job analysis information. JDs and JS. You have to have copy of JD. You have to have copy of JS. If you have a copy of JDs and JS, you can make any advertisement for any particular job. What you have JD? JD is a document that describes all the tasks, duty, responsive working conditions of that particular job. JS specifies key qualities and qualifications an ideal job holder should have. Right. So that for any job, so there should have a job description, job specification. So if you can get a copy of JDs and JS, you can do anything. It's very, very important, right? So that students, in order to perform recruitment, so you have to have job analysis. In order to perform selection, you have to have job analysis information, JDs and JS. In order to induction, you have to have a copy of JDs and JS, right? Part two, assume that you are the newly hired HR manager of a large steel manufacturing company. So your first assignment is to conduct a job analysis. How do you act on this? So you are the newly appointed HR manager. Assume that you may not like it, but for the time being, assume that you are the newly appointed HR manager of a large company, large steel manufacturing company. It gives some of the nature of the company, but that is just a piece of information, nothing to do with that. Right. So that your first assignment is to conduct a job analysis. How do you do it? What are you going to do? With one sentence, you can answer. You have quite good answer with one sentence. What is that? How do you act on this? Yes? How do you act on this? That means doing a job analysis. With one sentence, you can give a complete answer. But however, better you can describe it. What is that one sentence answer? Yes? How do you act on this? What are you going to do? Yes? Nothing? Okay, students, that's very simple.
Collective of information.
Huh?
Collective for information of HR.
Okay. To say it in different ways, the very thing you have to do is to follow the job analysis process. Follow the job analysis process. If you can follow the job analysis process, you can do a good job analysis. Right. So we discuss the job analysis process. It is a process. There are several steps. We discuss 6-step model of job analysis. There are 6 steps to be followed in order to do a job analysis. Do you remember the steps of job analysis? If you can follow all the steps from first to last, so you can do a good job analysis. It is a process. There are several steps. It's a model, right? So you have to write down all these steps one by one and explain a little bit. At least you have to write down those steps from the first to the sixth. Okay, what is the first step of job analysis? First step of job analysis. What is the first step? First thing you have to do? Okay, first thing is to be familiarized with the nature and the type of the organization. Be familiarized before doing job analysis. You have to get some understanding about the organization for which you are working because you are newly appointed HR manager. You know nothing. Right. So you have to get some understanding about the vision of the organization, mission of the organization, strategic goals, functions, then management structure, then so who are the customers, who are the suppliers, who are the stakeholders. So you have to get some understanding, be familiarized because you are new to the organization. This is the first step. Okay, what is the second step? What is the second step? Yes. Second step is to select, identify jobs to be analyzed and select some jobs to be analyzed. So you have to identify all the jobs. How many jobs are available? What type of jobs are available? So get some understanding about the population, total jobs. Go through payroll records. Go through other documents. So for example, attendance registry, job grading books, previous job balance records. So company, so what is called so telephone directory, right? So you can get some understanding, management structure, organization chart. So refer to them, you can get some understanding about the total number of jobs available. Then if the organization is so big, so this is a relatively large organization, so that you will not be able to do a job analysis for all the jobs available. So that you have to select some of the jobs. So what are the jobs that you are going to select? So there are no any hard and fast rules, so you can do it as you want, but your prominence should be given to the most important jobs or critical jobs, right? Select all the critical jobs, right? So if there are 100,000 jobs, so you'll not be able to do job bank for 4,000 jobs. So you can do it only for 200, let's say. Then how do you select 200 jobs? Give the prominence to the most important jobs. That is the second step. What is third step? Third step is to prepare job and schedule or checklist. So in job balance, you are going to collect informations, but by mistaken, so you may collect so unnecessary information which are not required. On the other hand, you may miss out some of the important information. Both are wrong. Both are wrong. So understand. So you have to collect accurate information. So you have to avoid unnecessary information. So how are you going to do it? The best thing is to prepare a checklist. Make a list of information you want to collect. Make a list of information you want to collect. Right. So that is the third step. Fourth one is to select. Fourth one is select job analysis technique or method, right? Job analysis technique or method and collect data. There are many methods, so you can use. You can use observation method. You can use participation method. You can may use questionnaire method. You can use interview method. Then you can use what is called a technical conference or employee log method, etc. I do not limit to one method, use several methods, you will be able to do it. So that is the fourth step. Fifth step is to apply job banks information. So application means preparation of JDs and JS. So this is the time that you are going to prepare job description and job specification. So last step is to assess the level of the success of job analysis. It is you who did it, nobody helped you, nobody knows job analysis. So even your boss does not understand, you did it yourself. So that you have to make sure that the job analysis you have done is a success. If it is not a success, do not use it. Okay. Right. With that, we complete job analysis process. With that, we complete the question number 3. Right. Students, are you comfortable? Is it okay? Can I move forward? So everything is in your note. I just recap what we have discussed. So may I start discussing some question number 4? Is it okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, right. So there will be a question from human resource planning. We discuss human planning. This time even you are going to get a question from human planning. So in this model paper, there are 2 questions which carries equal marks. What is human resource planning? Discuss the reason for HR planning. So that is the first part of question number 4. What is human resource planning? So human resource planning is a process. We have discussed it. Human resource planning, HRP. Human resource planning is a process. Process of what? Process of determining future employee needs. What do you mean by future employee needs? The number and type of the employees we needed, right? So it is all about forecasting future employee needs and then deciding strategies or actions or measures that should be followed in order to achieve those needs. That is human resource planning, right? So planning involves forecasting future employee needs and deciding steps or strategies that should be followed in order to achieve those needs. Right. Discuss the reason for human resource planning. We discussed 5 reasons for human resource planning. Are you aware? There are 5 reasons. What are they? Why human
To
resource planning is
determine the
important? Huh?
uh, employee future employee
Yes, very
requirement.
good. To determine future employee needs. Any employer, including yours and mine, so is happy if they can understand the number and the type of the employee they need in time to come. So to determine the number and the type of the employees in time to come in the future, so very important to do human resource planning. So if you engage in human planning, you'll be able to get some understanding about future employee needs, number and the type of the employees you need. What else? What else? 4 more
Control
reasons.
the employee cost.
IS in order to control employee cost. So if you engage in a plan, you can control employee cost to a great extent. Otherwise, you have to spend a lot. So if you are going to do staffing as need arises, it may be costly. For example, if a particular vacancy occurs, you are going to fill it today. You are going for newspaper advertisement and get application, select and do. It takes time. The other hand, cost of advertisement. So what is the cost of full page 4-color newspaper advertisement today in a weekend newspaper? It may be nearly 300,000. Again, after 2 weeks' time, again another vacancy occurs, you are going to put a newspaper advertisement. After 1 month's time, again another advertisement because another vacancy occurs. So after 3 months' time, again another the advertisement is required because there's another job opening. So within 5 months, 5 advertisement, 1.5 million. But if you forecast to future employee needs, so today you can make only one advertisement calling for the applicant for all the jobs that may occur in time to come, so that you can reduce total cost of advertisement to a great extent. 1.2 million can be saved. Right. What else? What else? There are some more reasons for human planning. Yes.
Develop high talented employees.
Yeah, develop high talent employees. We know that there's a scarcity for high talent employees, so you will not be able to hire high talent employees just like you are hiring so laborers, hiring unskilled labor. So lead time is so high, it takes time. So that if you know that you need these employees in time to come, you have enough time to develop within the organization. For example, if you need 10 assistant managers in 2 years' time, today you can take steps to hire manager trainees and you can train them to become assistant managers in 2 years' time. So that when you need them, you have got so that through training and development. Okay, what else? What else? Some more reason.
Use the employees effectively and effectively.
Yes, you need to utilize human resource more efficiently and effectively. In order to utilize human resource more efficiently and effectively, you have to perform several functions of HRM. Right, starting from job designing, job managing, human planning, recruitment, selection, hiring, induction, job performance evaluation, training and development, employee movement, so welfare administration, discipline administration, labor relations, so etc. Right. So in order to perform these functions, so understand. So human planning is very, very important. Right. If you do not have human resource plan, you can't do recruitment. You can do it, but it is not professional. If you do not have a human plan, you can't select people. If you do not know the number and the type of the employees you need, you can't do selection. Right? Okay, so one more reason. One more reason. What is that? Last one, fifth one. To formulate and implement a strategy plan. Understand? So human resource plan is a part and parcel of strategy plan. Right? So that So in order to formulate and especially to implement, you have to have a human resource plan, otherwise you can't do it, right? For example, if you are going to introduce new product next year, so it is strategy plan, so that you have to have new employees. How many employees, additional employees are needed? What type of skills they have to have? So without that, you can't do it. Right. So that is the answer for the yes, first part of the question. you get all marks if you have written that. Briefly discuss the process of human planning if you are interested to do it in the organization where you are working for. Right, so you have to discuss the process of human planning. Human planning is a process. There are several steps. So I'm sure that we have discussed 5-step model of human resource planning. 5 steps. There are 5 steps to follow. What are those steps? I just list down so you can elaborate because these things are in your lecture note. So you can go through, compare lecture note with the this model paper. Okay, there are 5 steps to be followed. What are they? What is the first step of human resource planning?
Forecast the future demand.
Yes, forecast the future demand. Forecasting future demand means deciding, determine number and the type of the employees you need. Forecasting future demand. How many employees are needed and what type of employees are needed? What is the second step? What is the second step? If demand is forecast, with demand there's another concept going. What is that?
Supply.
Supply. It is all about estimating supply. So you have to estimate internal supply, not external supply. It means that you are going to get some understanding about the number of employees who can be transferred, who can be promoted, who can be demoted to fill the jobs which are vacant. How many employees can be promoted? How can employees can be transferred to fill the jobs which are vacant? Theoretically, we can think of demotions too, but demotions are not made in order to fill the vacancy. It is given as a punishment. Right. What is the third step of planning? Forecast demand, estimate HR supply. Third step. Yes, if you know the first 2 steps, so very easily you can remember the third step. What is that?
Compare the supply and demand.
Yes, compare supply and demand. What is the demand? What is supply? Compare it. Sometimes demand may equal to supply, so that there is no any surplus or shortage. Sometimes demand will exceed supply, so that there will be a shortage of employees. Sometimes supply will exceed demand, then surplus. So both cost to the organization, right? So then what is the fourth step? Fourth step?
Develop strategies.
Yeah, develop strategies. What are the strategies to handle shortage condition? What are the strategies that you can use to face surplus conditions? We have discussed, you can go through the lecture note. So there are many strategies that we can use to handle shortage of employees. There are many strategies that we can use to handle a surplus of employees. Right. Now, what is the last step? Last step of the model? Yes? You mentioned 4 steps. All are correct. Order also correct. What is the last step? Yes? 5th step? Very easy. To assess the level of the success of the process. That is the last step of any model, not only in job human planning process. Whatever the process, last step is to assess the level of the success of the process you did. It is you who did it. There is nobody in the organization who knows all these things. Even your boss does not understand about human planning. So it is only you who knows because you have learned human resource management at your degree. So that it is you who did it, but you are not quite sure about the level of success, so that you have to measure the level of the success. Okay, with that, we complete discussing question number 5. Right. 4, no? Right, then question number 5. Of course, in this year even, you are going to get a question like this. It is totally from employee selection. Employee selection is the heart of HR and most important function, so that there will be a question from this. Right, so there are 2 parts in the question paper, in the model paper. What do you mean by employee selection? Discuss the importance of selection as a function of human resource management. Right. So what do you mean by employee selection? What is employee selection? Any idea? What is employee selection? Yes?
Select the right people at the right time.
Yes, selecting right people at the right time for the right job. Okay. Selection is all about making the choice. It is more almost always it is about making the choice of the most appropriate applicant or applicant from the pool of applicant. That is selection. It is all about deciding or determining the most appropriate applicant or applicant from the pool of applicants. So you have created a large pool of suitably qualified applicants by performing recruitment. Now you are going to decide to determine the most appropriate applicant from that pool. That is selection. Okay. Discuss the importance of selection as a function of human resource management. How do you discuss the importance of selection? Selection is the heart of HR. This is the most important function. Selection is very reason for many organizations to establish a separate department called HR. What do you do? How do you discuss the importance? So there are three objectives of selection. If you understand these objectives, you can understand the importance. What is the first objective of selection? What is the objective of selection? Three objectives. Three main objectives of selection. What are they?
Hiring.
Yes, hiring. Okay, in short, hiring. So it is all about its first objective is to get the right person at the right time for the right job. To determine, to get the right person at the right job, right, at the right time, right? Get the right. So selection is all about so making the organization ready to get the right person at the right time for the right job, right? So this is the first objective. Right. So it is very similar to the first objective HRM too. Procure right people at the right time for the right job is the first objective. So this the objective of selection also that to get the right person to the right job at the right time. Right. So what is the second objective? Second objective is to create an image as a good employer. So you are going to create a good image, right? As a good employer. So if you can create a great place to work image, so everybody is attracted to your organization. They do not hesitate to come to your organization and do their job, right? So that as HR manager, you want to create an image as a good employee. You want to create a great place to work. So what is the third objective? Third objective is to perform so selection function as cost effective as possible, right? Reduce the cost. So those are the three objectives of selection. All these objectives highlight the importance of selection. Out of these three objectives, two objectives are directly related to the objectives of HR. Right. So the second part, identify problems associated with the interviewer and ways to mitigate them in employee selection process. So identify the problems associated with the interviewer. Students understand interviewer will make mistake. Interviewers will make mistakes at the time of selection. If interviewers make mistakes, you will not be able to. You will not be able to do selection rightfully. Right? So that there are several mistakes made by the evaluator or interviewer. What are the mistakes known to you? Or errors, problems associated with the interviewer? Yes? What are the problems associated with the interviewer? There are several. What are they? What are they? Okay, as time passes, I will explain. The one of the big problem associated with the interviewer is the halo effect, right? Halo effect, not halo effect. Right? Halo effect is all about giving very high evaluation or very low evaluation on all the criteria because of one criterion. Having impressed with one criterion, so evaluator will give high evaluation, low evaluation on all the criteria. That is wrong. It is wrong. You will not be able to select the right person. Then person prejudices, some organizations, some interviewers prefers to some of the candidates. Some may prefer to select and hire candidates who are having good relations with them or close relations, right? So that you will not be able to make a good decision, right? Then by using some of the interviewers may use some pseudosciences in selection. Pseudosciences are non-sciences. pseudoscience and non-sciences. Myths, for example, astrology. Astrology is not a science. Pharmacist is not a science. Graphology is not a science. Physiognomy is not a science. But these evaluators may have a good knowledge on these particular things, so that they use the knowledge they are having in order to make a right selection decision. For example, what happened if the interviewers ask for horoscope of the candidate? What will happen? What is the feeling you get? What happens if the interviewers ask you to stretch your arm or farm at the time of the interview to check the lines on your farm? That is what's called farm history. It's very embarrassing, right? So that person prejudices and using pseudosciences. So another serious problem. Pseudoscience means non-science. And asking wrong questions. So some evaluators will ask wrong question. What are wrong question or poor question? One is leading question, then asking double barrel questions, then what else? Asking irrelevant questions, right? So these are the wrong questions so interviewers can ask, right? Interview domination is another problem. Snap judgment is another real problem faced with these interviewers. And how do you mitigate them? One thing is to train them, right? So another study is to let them know the mistakes they have done. So some of the strategies such as so using not only one evaluators, so use several evaluators, right? So these are the strategies you can use. Right. Then we are coming to the last question, question number 6. Write a short note on the following. You this time even you are getting a question of this nature. You are getting some concepts to be give short answers. Here there are 4. Students, I'm sure that I discuss about so what is called performance evaluation and training and development. Did I discuss about training and development, student? I can't exactly remember. Did I discuss training and development? What is the last session that I discussed?
Performance evaluation.
Performance evaluation. Right. Okay. No worries. So there are some questions with regard to performance evaluation too. Right. So one is assessment center as a method of selection. We discussed that there are several methods of selection. One is application evaluation, then interview method, employee test method, medical so examination, then what is called background investigation and assessment center. Assessment center is one of the sophisticated method of selection. It is somewhat costly. So this is, however, this is one of the most effective way that we can use to select. In assessment center is not a physical place. It is a program which runs for several days using multiple method of selection and multiple assessors, right? So, however, cost associated with assessment center is so big so that many also are not using it. Skill inventory management, inventory human resource planning. In human resource planning, we discussed that there are 5 steps to be followed. First one is to forecast future demand. Second one is to estimate HR supply. When it comes to estimate HR supply, there are 2 sources of supply. One is internal supply, the other is external supply. Internal supply means employees who are working for the organization, current employees who can be promoted, who can be transferred to fill the jobs vacancies. External supply consists of individuals who are in the labor market. But here, forget about external supply, concentrate only internal supply. So if you are going to forecast, if you are going to so estimate internal supply, there are 2 sub steps you have to do. One is HR audit, perform HR audit, right? What is HR audit? HR auditing is all about assessing key qualities and qualifications of all the employees in the organization, right? If there are 100 employees, you study one by one and you are going to collect information with regard to their key qualities and qualifications. For example, what is the highest academic qualification? What is the highest professional qualification? What is the special training received, etc. Right? Having collected this information, you are going to write down this information in two documents. One is skill inventory, the other one is management inventory. So skill inventory is for non-manager employees. Management inventory is for manager employees. So skill inventory is the audit of non-manager employees. Management inventory is the audit of manager level employees. Skill inventory, you are going to put many informations. Right. Then paired comparison. Paired comparison is one of the important method of performance evaluation that can be used. So in paired comparison, you are going to take two employees at a time and compare them. Right? Who is the best one? Right? Best one is given a point. So you take one employee at a time and he's compared with all the others. The best one is given a point. Finally, you can calculate all the points they have got, and based on that you can put them in order. That is paired comparison. Vestibule training. Vestibule training is a special type of training. So as you mentioned that we have not discussed, but I will let you know. I will send the lecture materials if you prefer training and development. In training and development, there are many methods that we can use. Among them, one of the method is vestibule training, right? So what is vestibule training? Out of this is called simulation. Right, this is quite novel training method which can be used to train people for the jobs that cannot be used the actual working place. So in order to train people, we have to take actual working place, but there are some jobs that we cannot use the actual job working environment because it is very risky and it is very costly. For example, you can't use actual Airbus airplane in order to train people, train pilots, right? Because if pilots make a simple mistake, so results may be disastrous, right? So that artificially created working environment, so the training is given. So you create an artificially working environment which is very similar to actual working place. You give training within that training. First training is given within that training. So that is called vestibule training. Okay, students, so these are the things I wanted to discuss with you. So if you have knowledge to that text, then I'm sure that you can get A plus for the paper that you are going to get this year too. Right, if you have any question with regard to what we discuss, you can ask now. Any problem with regard to what we discuss? Yes? Have got any question? Any problem? Anything more? Okay, your silence says that there are no questions with regard to what discussed. Right, students, so that with this, we are completing our series of sessions. I want to emphasize that I made a genuine attempt to let you know or teach basics or principles of human resource management. I did not teach them aiming at the exam because I wanted to give the expertise of human resource management. Although you are not going to be human resource managers, you have to have some sort of knowledge about human resource management in order to deal with people, right? So that every manager is a human resource manager, so that you have to have some sort of knowledge. So if you want to become human resource specialist, so this can be a foundation upon which you can build that knowledge. This is an eye opener. But if you want, you can become, so that also possible. Right, but I hope that you are going to be financial people, but although you are going to be financial people, there will be some employees who are working under you, even in time to come, so that you have to manage them. So manage them is an art. So you should learn the art of managing them, getting things done through them, so that this knowledge may be quite enough. So that students, I think this is more practical. Do not limit the study of human resource management only to earn credits. You will be able to get credits, but it is more than that. The things that we discuss can be used to make your professional life a success and a personal life also to success. Right? It's my firm belief that anybody can become anybody. So if we have required willingness, desire. You can become anyone you can think of. You can become anyone you can dream of, whatever your mind can conceive, achieve. So that is what I firmly believe. So that students have no fear to go forward, march forward, accept challenges. So take challenges and face them. So I'm sure that you can come with expected success, right? So with that, I want to conclude my series of sessions. So it was so happy to teach a group like you because you were so good, so responsive, unlike other undergraduates. You were so responsive. You answered the question that I posed, so it helped me to keep my motivation to teach. So that it is difficult to teach online, difficult, I hate, but I did not find that problem to teach you because you were so responsive, right? Whenever I ask a question, you wanted to answer whether it is right or wrong. So that is what you can do. Right, so that thank you very much, students. Thank you. There's a long way for all of you to go. So whenever you are studying, do your best. Do your best, right? So God will do the rest. Right. Once again, thank you very much. Thank you very much for staying with me. I hope that everybody will submit your assignments on time. I will ask office people to create a link to submit so that I'll be able to give my evaluation. Right. So that time has come for us to depart. We may not meet once again in a classroom setting, but we may find again at anywhere. Sri Lanka is a small country, so we go here and there. We may meet. Then just give me a smile or say that hello, sir. Do you recognize me? Right. So that is quite enough. So then I can become so happy thinking that I have taught you. Right. However, I will not be able to be happy if you cannot make your life success. With my teaching students, you are supposed to achieve your success. Right. Achieve the great success in your life. Everybody has the ability to do it, but you have to have the required motivation. So have the self motivation and climb the highest career rung in your profession. Climb the highest career rung of the profession, right? So I can be so happy if so. Right, with that, I want to conclude. If you have anything to say, so this is the time. I have got anything to say with regard to the series of sessions we conducted? Yes, students? If you have got anything to put the blame on me, so this is the right time. බනින්න එහෙම ඕනනම් දැන් තමයි අවස්ථාව.
Thank you, sir.
Huh?
Actually, thank you, sir. Thank you for teaching us during this time. Actually, it was great help. We could gain more knowledge from your lectures. Actually, thanks again for your commitment.
Okay, thank you, thank you. You are Nisal, no?
Yes.
Yes, Nisa, thank you, thank you. You are the group representative. Thank you very much for the support given, cooperation, collaboration. You kept my motivation. Your group is so good when compared to the others. Your group, I think your group is quite matured when compared to the others. That may be the reason why you are so responsive. Right, keep it up. Not only in my classes, for all the other classes, if you are attending physically or online, you have to be responsive. So undergraduates are so responsive. They are so quick, right? They do not go backward. They always go forward. Right? Have no fear for failure. Keep it up. Right. Okay, student. With that note, I want to say goodbye to everybody. Once again, is there any other who wants to say anything? Is there anybody? Anybody? Somebody? Nobody. Okay. Right. So, students, then I want to say goodbye and I want to wish you all the best in your all endeavors. Do your best and God will do the rest. Okay. Thank you very much for attending my lectures. Okay. Goodbye. Do your best.